Hello dear students, welcome to the math class of class 5. Today we are going to learn the division of decimal numbers. Okay my dear, so today we will learn from page 78. First of all, I have chosen to teach you this math. Look at this. So this is the math where this part is called the dividend and this is the divisor. So I have written this math vertically to solve it very easily. So let's do it. First of all, this is the divisor. By this, we're going to divide the dividend one by one. So before the decimal, I've got here only 0. Okay. So our duty is to try to divide the number which is before the decimal. So before decimal, I've got only 0 over here. So how shall I divide this 0? So if I take 1 time of 9, it's going to be greater than 0. Then I will take 0 time of 9. I mean 0, 9s are simply just 0. Let's subtract. So 0 minus 0, I don't need to write anything over here. Okay. Now here's the decimal point. So if I want to divide the next digit, then I gotta go through the decimal point. So I cannot go through. So what's the rule here? The rule is that take the decimal in the quotient as there is in the dividend. I mean in the dividend here is the decimal point, so in the quotient directly to the outside we are going to take a decimal. Done. Now we can divide the digit next to the decimal. So here 0, then 0 comes down. So now we can divide this 0, but again if I want to divide this 0, then I must take 0 time of 9. So 0 9s are simply 0 over here. It's done. So next we have got here 7. So 7 comes down. Can I divide this 7? I take 1 time of 9, then it's gonna be more than 7. Then I'm taking again 0 time of 9. So 0 9s are 0. Let's subtract 7 minus 0 is gonna be 7. Now this 2 comes down. This 2 is coming. Okay. So now I've got here 72 for division. So let's divide 72. So if I give 8 time of 9, 8 9s are simply just 72. And that's the finishing of the math. So our quotient gonna be 0 decimal 0 0 8. And that's all about this math. So on next I've got here question number 11. From number 11 we will learn number 8. So this is the math. This is the dividend and this is the divisor. So I have written this math vertically to divide it easily. So let's divide now. First of all, already told you whatever the numbers before decimal, we will try to divide them. So before decimal I've got here 52. So let's start to divide 52 by 4 first. Okay. First of all, this is the 5. Can I divide this 5 by 4? Yep, I can divide. So I gotta take 1 time of 4. So I mean 4 ones are simply just 4 over here. Now let's subtract. So 5 minus 4, I'm getting 1 over here. So now this 2 comes down and it's become 12. So can I divide this 12? Yes, I can. If I take 3 times of 4, then 3 4s are simply just 12. That's done. So next I've got here decimal point. So what to do? Already I told you, if you want to pass the decimal point, then we're going to take a decimal into the quotient as there is in the dividend. So in the dividend, here is a decimal point. So straight to the outside, I'm going to take a decimal point in the quotient. That's it. Okay. So now this 1 comes down. So if 1 comes here, can I divide this 1 by this 4? I can. Then I will take 0 times of 4. I mean 0 4s are simply just 0. Done. So if I subtract, that means it's gonna be 1. So we have got this. So next there is 8. So 8 comes down. If 8 comes down, now it has become 18. So can I divide this 18? Yes, I can. So I gotta take 4 times of 4. So 4 4s are simply here 16. Done. So let's subtract this one. 18 minus 16. So I'll get simply just 2. Next I've got here 4. So 4 comes down. If 4 comes down over here, then it has become 24. Can I divide 24? Yes, I can. So I gotta take 6 times of 4. 6 4s are simply just 24. And if I subtract, I'll get simply just 0. And that's all about the division. So our quotient is gonna be here 13.046. Did you understand? This is the simple solution of this math. So next we have got here number 13. So for number 13, we'll learn number 7. So this is the math. Here this is the dividend and this is the divisor. I have written this math vertically to divide it easily. So let's divide. Look at this. Before decimal we have got here 148. I mean 148. Okay, so let's try to divide 148. So first of all I've got here 1. So I cannot divide this 1 by 35. Can I divide? I can. Then I have the option to take the next digit. If I take the next digit, it will be 14. So can I divide this 14 by 35? No. Then I have still the option to take the next digit with this. So I'm taking the next digit also. Then it's become 148. I mean 148. Now I can divide it by 35. Look at this. Suppose this is the rough. If I multiply this 35 by 4, then it's gonna be 140. I mean it's very close to the 148. If I take 5 times of 35, it's going to be more than 100. I mean, it's going to be more than 148. So I will take 4 times. So if I take 4 times, so actually look at this. Here is first place, second place, third place. These 3 digits were dividing at a time. That's why at the last digit, I'm writing the quotient 4. So 4 35s are simply 140. Done. So now let's subtract. 8 minus 0 is going to be 8. Nothing carry out. 4 minus 4 0, 1 minus 1 0. So I don't need to write 0 over here. Now this is the decimal. So as usual, take the decimal into the quotient as it is in the dividend. Now this 4 can come down. So if this 4 comes down, it has become 84. So can I divide this 84 by 35? Let's try. Again I'm doing graph. 35. If I take 2 times, it's gonna be 17. Okay. If I take 3 times, it's gonna be more than 84. So I will take 2 times. So 2 times of 35, it's gonna be simply 17. Done. Okay. So let's subtract. 4 is gonna be here, and nothing carry out. 8 minus 7 is gonna be 14. So 14. Actually, this is a situation where our division has not been finished yet. So what can we do over here? Actually, over here I have a solution. Look at the board. Here 148 decimal 4. I'm showing a very interesting thing, that is 148 decimal 4. This is our dividend. We're dividing here. If I take 0 over here, can this 0 make any change in the value of this? Can it? It can't make any change, because this 148 decimal 40 and 148 decimal 4, these two are simply same thing. Did you get it? That means if I take 0 over here, it's not gonna make any change into the dividend. So this 0 if I take, then it will be easier for us to solve this math. So I'm taking 0 over here. So now this 0 can come down. It's become 140. So can I divide 140? Of course you can, because already I told you that is 35 4 times is gonna be 140. Did you see? So I'm taking here 4 times of 35, then it will be 140. And that's all about the solution of this math. Did you get it? So our quotient is gonna be 4 decimal 24. That's all about the math. I hope you have understood this math properly. That's all for today.